My else freeze cracked. Hey, I still don't know how to do these videos. I keep thinking about whether I ought to try and make them faster or edit them or do whatever or talk more and explain more or talk less, but at any rate I don't get a huge amount of feedback to know all that. This is a piece of Georgetown and it's kind of beat up on this side. I don't know if I did this when I got it a while back or what. I'm not really sure. And it's kind of curvy here, so I don't know if I can get the full length. What I'm kind of wanting to do, I keep getting requests from people to do stuff. Well, one thing was to do a video of a tang knife, so I put up one that was a bad video of a tang knife that I wasn't very careful in making, because I was just trying to show how to reduce a big rock with concrete in it. But I get a number of requests to show different stuff, and I never quite know how to do. Big crack there. I need to get all this cortex off this side and see what I'm dealing with here. I'm trying to figure out if I try to do a tang knife, I don't know. I guess it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other if I can save enough of this to make the point. One of the problems, I end up rushing. I always feel kind of bad because I want to show, you know, a high quality finished product. But I get distracted when I talk and it makes it harder for me to nap well. I almost never nap as well at nap-ins and when I'm doing videos and stuff as I do when I'm at home by myself, just napping. But I'm not vain enough and worried about how I come across to let that get in the way of what I'm trying to do, which is help people nap like they want to. I did that bevel just to create a platform. But a lot of this cortex, especially Georgetown cortex, is pretty soft and it will really dampen your blows. So if you're going to try and come back, you know, with some solid good hits, you really, I just broke this other stupid thing. I really should have turned this a little bit more. This is a, let me talk about this a second. This is a classic problem. A lot of the time you want, something's wrong with your point or your biface, like the balance is off, it needs to go, let's say it's too much mass over here, but you've already got your edge off to the side already and you don't want to turn it more this way. Sometimes you just have to go, the wrong way to do what needs to be done and then go back the right way. In this case, what I should have done was took a bigger bite on this at a little steeper angle and gone ahead and lost a tiny bit of length to turn this more that way because of this big old mass to be able to cut through it better. But what I'm going to try and do instead, since I've already done this, is just use the pad to do some of that. Went down to that crack. Sometimes you want to space out your flakes away. There's a hole for some reason. spacing out your flakes can create good ridges in between for you to come back and get another shot. That was ugly. Another thing is, I think I don't do enough with isolating platforms, and I've said that before. What I want to tell you about that is one of my major drawbacks with my napping is that I don't have huge amounts of patience. And when I'm off camera, sometimes I'll nap slow and sit around making... That's what happens when... Well, this is all beat up. This is from a machine. Wow, I had a rain of fragments. So sometimes I will nap a lot slower when I'm not doing video, but I don't have a tendency to be meticulous enough in preparation, specifically when it comes down to isolating platforms and prepping a surface to get a tiny bit more out of a strike. I have a tendency to just try and hit bigger and hit harder. In a lot of cases that works. That old saying, the devil's in the details. Wow, this thing has got some serious mass on it. Big square edge, thickness, and I'm trying to keep a long thin banana shape in there somehow. I didn't really want to take that hit because this is so squared off that, number one, hitting it so hard put a big bulb on it, but being this squared off is definitely risky. That was still damaged on machine. Now, how much you can come in on a piece and lose like I'm doing here directly depends on how well you're able to handle rock and how much you can, like you see me do this a lot, and it depends on how much you can make up for losing the width, by having the lost width result in big, thick, good reduction. Because like, see, I've made this really big and thick here. You can see how fat that is. I need to get some return for this, so I need to try and do some good here. and you can see it flattened, and it did, you know, do quite a bit of flattening on that one side. I still got a bunch of hump on the other side. I think once I get through with this segment, I'm going to go inside and get another big one of these, because just using this small fragment like this can result in me under grinding a little bit and taking a little less off than I need to on stuff. I've got enough of a dished out area here. I think I can take a couple of opportunistic. Nope. See how that dug in? It's all about the angles. And it tried to go through and come on out. And I mean, whatever bulb I created, I'm not really worried about, because that area needs to go anyway, but and you know, when you're doing this and you're getting closer down, I mean, you're getting down into it more, you need to start asking yourself, well, when am I getting close to where my actual blade is, my point is? That hinged out from that previous crack. Now I am getting close to where it is, so I need to get careful. I should have shown you that did come all the way across, and I know I took that strike with a big billet, but I took it really carefully. I think I will, because I've got these big dished outs now, and I need to start getting the balance back, or I'm going to end up losing some length. This is where you don't really want to step, and I've got a concavity there from that delta. I'm taking the delta off. Raise that edge up. I got a little hump there I'll try and remove. There's the little hump. But it's curved, so now I need to bevel back the other way, or stop what I'm doing there and come down into here and start trying to even this stuff up. See how it's wrapping down into this? It really can make things a lot more tedious to try and save every last bit of length or width. I mean, it dramatically complicates the game. See, I'm blending back into the other side. The other side hits went to about here, and now I'm just going back. This rock is a lot lighter than it was. Well, I'm at 15 minutes. I'm gonna go get me another braid and I'll be right back.